Okay, hello, my name is RPowers. For my senior project, I decided to do a forensic investigation. When I was a little girl, my mom and I used to watch Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I know, really random, but yeah, so we used to watch that, and everything that Miss Belinda, the medical examiner, did interested me so much, and I was like, I have to be here when I get older. And my mom was like, Riley, you're crazy, and that's weird. And I'm sorry, but yeah, so that's how I got interested in forensic science, forensic investigations, autopsies, and all that stuff. And originally, I planned on doing my internship at the medical examiner's office. I went and got my CNA license and everything so that I could be certified in some things where I could do an internship at the medical examiner's office. And then that was started in about ninth grade when I figured out what I wanted to do. And then as we progressed throughout school, they got a new chief medical examiner for the state of Virginia. They're located in Charlottesville, and they said we're not accepting any internships, shadowing, nothing. You have to have a degree, and you have to be at least a medical examiner. You don't have to be a chief, but you have to be at least a medical examiner. Of course, I couldn't do that because I'm still in high school, so I had to change it up a little bit. So yeah, so I just did forensic investigation. Just close it. Is it on? Okay, so
Point it at the computer.
okay, I'll do that. Sorry. My bad. Okay. Okay, so my research question was, does murder and death affect police officers at home, and how many of them have PTSD from their job? Um, Throughout the research that we found, like throughout the databases and stuff, I didn't see much. Like it was a lot of stuff on a lot of police officers do have PTSD, but I went out of the way and did a few interviews with some of the police officers from where I did my internship at, and they were talking to me about how much it actually does affect their personal life and their social life outside of work. For example, my mentor Chuck, you'll see him in the next slide. He um he was telling me how he has a 20-something-year-old daughter, and it really did affect the way that he raised her because he deals mainly with death and figuring out why people died, how they were murdered, this and that. And a lot of young females are the ones being killed a lot of the time. So, as far as like going out to hang out with friends and this and that, like he would often shelter her so that nothing would happen to her, which I thought was interesting because my parents never really think about like, oh, is my child gonna die? Like this girl that I was just investigating died. Like, but it's just kind of crazy to see how things process in his mind when, especially when it comes to his children. So, this is Chuck. Okay. I've known him my whole entire life. His ex-wife used to babysit me when I was a little baby throughout my whole childhood. So I've grown up with him, known him for a long time. His real name is Raymond Henley, but everybody calls him Chuck. Everybody knows him in Goochland, so that's a little background on him. I did my internship at the Goochland County Police Department. It was really fun. He's the death investigator of Goochland. He started out as just a regular lieutenant and got promoted up to that. So he really specializes in death. But he also does other forensic stuff too, like break-ins and car robberies and this and that, like all sorts of stuff. So it's really interesting to see like all different sides of his job. Um, Throughout my internship, the first day, I just kind of went with him and we talked about what we were going to do. And then the next time I went back, I got a tour of the whole entire police department and then the jail underneath. And I thought this was so funny because it's actually real. Even though the prisoners are shackled up and everything, they still have these signs hanging all in the hallways, like back to back, prisoners this way, when like they didn't know where to go. But yeah, so they have to go this way. They said they actually use them as a form of protection. But yeah, so the next time I went, I got to tour the circuit and district courts. This was circuit, I believe. And this chair is actually where the person that's being accused of murder or whatever gets to sit, and he has to stay there the whole time in handcuffs and just like be accused basically until he gets his time or his lawyer tries to defend him. So that was really neat. because real life murderers have sat in a chair and be so nervous about it. Okay, this was the district court. We got to go on a Monday morning with Chuck, and we sat there for 2.5 hours in court on telephone, silence, just looking at the judge. And it was neat how I got to see and learn a whole lot about what a judge does and like what Chuck's job was as a police officer who had like arrested or had accused the person who was being there. What he had to do, but it was really he just has to sit there and then like go up, tell his story, what happened, show his evidence, and then sit back down. Um, right there in that door is where the prisoners come out of, and it's directly below is the jail, and they did that to where they don't have to see and interact with people, which I thought was neat. They are all in shackles in their hands, and then it goes a thing around their legs, and then all the way down to their feet, so they just have to like waddle. And they all waddled up the steps, and then right there, and then the whole time I was sitting in court, I just kept staring at them. I know it's really impolite, but I was just like, I can't believe they're going for that. And then when they stare back at you, it's really scary, but don't do that. So the second part of my internship was with Officer Craner. Most of the students know him. He's a school resource officer for Houston High School. But he also like is a patrol as well when school is out of session. So he was telling me all about like what his job was as a school resource officer, like the Dare program that we also get in elementary school. He like heads some of that and teaches students about that. And then we also got to learn about gangs, which was interesting. He told me that this was his favorite picture. He actually found it on Dogtown Road. There's a gang on Dogtown Road in Richland called the Dogtown Gang. Yeah. And it says he showed me this because it shows how, like, different societies, what you're a part of, affects like your knowledge and your ability to learn. And clearly, they didn't learn correctly. Another thing that was awesome about this whole internship. Chuck let me ride along with him one day to a house that they were investigating and it got broken into. Right there, that's actually someone's blood where they had hit the window, and that's a piece of hair right there. And so during this whole process, I got to see that, and I wasn't allowed to like. I don't know anything that happened with the case. Of course, I'm not a police officer, but I still got to see everything that they were investigating. I got to see the official DNA bags that they had to use for the hair, and then the blood, everything. It was really awesome. The way they process everything is really neat. Everything is so organized and detailed. You can't like make any mistakes or else the evidence that's to be thrown out. They have to use like special gloves, like bags, everything. It's really neat how they do it all. This is my community service. I did a penny war for the school. Basically, I took 4 buckets for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. The pennies were positive points, and the dollar bills were positive points, and silver change is negative. And the goal was to raise money for an organization called COPS. And what it does is it donates money to fallen police officers' families. And so I wanted to incorporate the police theme in this, so that's who I chose to give my money to. It was hosted through one week, and then I got different students to sit at the lunch table when I had class, so that I wouldn't have to miss a whole entire week of class. And it was loads of fun. There's one student sitting, and then that's Mr. Sykes. And then I tied my legacy into my community service as well. This is an 11th grade girl, and then I got a few 11th graders and then one 10th grader to sit at the tables, and then Miss Fowler was my mentor for the legacy kind of thing. She helped me out with the idea, and she was saying, sorry, I trained the children that sat at the lunch tables. Like I showed them my idea, what it was for, how to do it, like what supplies they needed, and everything. And they sat there at the table, and they were actually very helpful, and they kept track of everything. That's the 10th grader. And it was a lot of fun. They just sat there, and then they made sure nobody stole the money in the buckets. And then every single night, I would get all of those buckets with all that money in it, and then take it home, and I would count it for however long it took me to count. It was my because it was all pennies. So, but I loved it. It was really fun, and I raised a bunch of money. That was just the first day. Such a great turnout. There were so many stacks of pennies. But yeah, it was really fun, and that's another one. Okay, this was me counting at the end of every day. This was Thursday. It was pretty cool because 48.57 was the total money I raised Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday I switched it up a little bit because I was only letting them donate $1 bills, no 5 cents or 20s because I was just being fair kind of. But one grade was winning by like a significant amount, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna catch up with just $1 bills and pennies. So on Friday I made a special little rule, and I was like, you can donate 5 cents and 20s to your grade. And it actually I raised so much more money doing that, and that was the total like amount. It was $214.76 is how much I raised in change and like donations and stuff. And the 10th grade won, and the prize that they got was a big ice cream party for the whole entire grade during cool down class. And that's the people who I donated the money to. But the ice cream party was awesome because everything got donated. Spoons, bowls, all the ice cream, all the toppings, everybody donated. The food line donated, Walmart donated. I don't know what y'all know what Goose and Moms is, maybe, but I posted on Goose and Moms and was like, help me. And they did. So it was awesome. I got everything donated. It was great. And then I also had volunteers right there, scooping ice cream and helping with the toppings, making sure nothing went crazy. So it was awesome. And then this just shows you like how many people, and it went all the way down the hallway. It was just a great turnout. A lot of people came, and a lot of people donated money. So it was awesome. And these are the volunteers that I had, and those are some of the people that I trained for the to do it next year for the legacy. So yeah. And then suggestions for future Blue Ridge students. I'm going to say what everybody else said. Don't procrastinate. You'll hate your life. It's so bad. Like, don't ever procrastinate. I do it too much. I know. Okay. For the future, I plan on going to DCU. I got a full ride, so I will be going there and living there for the next 4 years. I'm going to major in biology, get a bachelor's degree in biology, go back for medical school, major in pathology, minor in forensics. So I'll basically be doing what Chuck does, but then autopsies on the side. So they interest me. And oh, there's the autopsy tools, so you know. And is there any questions?
Do typically police officers major in biology, or is that something different for them?
Oh no, that's something different. I want to be a medical examiner, but I couldn't do it there. But I want to minor in forensics, so I was like, go ahead, do. Yes, sir.
So you great job. You talked about the impetus for your interest was a television show.
Yes.
And I know your initial internship experience wasn't what you had anticipated or wanted it to be, but you certainly had some great experiences.
Yes, sir.
So now looking back, how much of the television show would you say is reality and how much of it is Hollywood?
100% reality.
100% reality.
It's not. Like on Law and Order, they'll send the DNA off and it'll come back in like 30 minutes. But in real life, it takes weeks to figure out everything. That was one difference that I learned. They don't find the cause of death like in 10 minutes either. So I mean, you gotta. It just takes a long time, and the investigation is usually prolonged, way longer than 30 minutes even show. So I mean, you know, it just. I think it's more of time than anything, but it's kind of similar. Yes, sir.
So other than the time differences, what are some other things, what's something else that really surprised you, Riley, during your internship?
I didn't think that